Hello y'all, and welcome to my first 9th Age battle report. So what we did, me and my friend Marcus, the common dwarf opponent, decided to test 9th Age, and we just throw down some units that we thought were cool. So to start with my own list, I have a Soladin, the same build as 8. I have 3 Peg Knights vanguarded behind that chapel. I have a unit of 12 Questing Knights, full command. A unit of 8 Iron Knights with my BSB in it. A unit of 11 Realm Knights with my Lord, Heroic Killing Blow, Reroll to Wound Sword. I have a unit of 20 Battle Pilgrims, because they are cool. And a horde of Men-at-Arms. And to my left I also have a Bretonnia Lord on a Hippogriff, because that's also awesome. For his list, as you cannot unfortunately see too much of, he have 2 Gyrocopters, and behind them he have a Ballista and an Organ Gun, and a unit of Hammers with his Dwarf Lord and BSB in it. Then you have an other Organ Gun, a unit of Thunderers, and outside of this picture he have a cannon, and also, as you can see, he have his big bus of warriors with a runesmith in it. Well, as you can see on this picture, the dwarf gets the first turn, and the dwarf movement is as impressive as usual. I told him, but now you can move 9 inches of your model, why don't you move forward? No, I'm not gonna do that. So he pretty much stay back, unfortunately. Then we come to his shooting phase, and War Machine's dwarf, yeah, I don't know what to say, they underperformed. I think I lost 2 knights, and that's from 2 Organ Gun, a cannon, and a Ballista firing at me, so really underwhelming from his shooting. And as you can see here is the Bretonnian first turn. What I did here, I take up my Peg Knights 16 inches away from his Organ Gun to get him out of short range, make them hard to kill them, and hopefully charge him next turn. My Soladin hides behind the tower to potentially charge away Chaff he had. Otherwise I move up pretty carefully with everything. The Men-at-Arm horde try to roll a double 6 to get into his Gyrocopter. I figure I don't want to move them much anyway, so let's just try a charge and hope for the best, and I roll a 11, so it was close but no cigar. My Lord on Hippogriff flies up, prepared to charge his cannon next turn, and I don't have any magic or shooting, so over to the dwarf second turn. You might ask, why have the Bretonnian units move? That's because his dwarf unit didn't do too much in his turn. You can see his warrior move up to put some pressure on my units over there, but otherwise almost nothing. His Gyrocopter flies around a bit, but not too much at all. Shooting phase was pretty much ineffective again. Might have killed a knight here and there. Some peasants died from something, but otherwise nothing. So what I done in my turn, my Peg Knight over there charges his Ballista to overrun in his Organ Gun next turn. The Pilgrims move up to block his warrior and give my Men-at-Arms a flank charge next turn if you choose to charge them, because now you're measuring flanks from the front of the unit, not the front of the majority of the models. So I will hit the flank of him if he charges my Pilgrims, and that would be nice, and I'm stub only Egypt 10, I should be able to make that. Otherwise, knights shuffle up a bit. My hippogriff charge and kill his cannon next to that yellow tower up in the picture. And yeah, that's Bretonnian's turn. Here is a picture of my Bretlord killing his dwarf cannon, because we all know that we all love to see dwarf war machine getting beaten to death by anything at all. Here is my peg knight failing to kill his dwarf war machine. The thing is, I killed 2 of him. I have a charge and a banner. He's down by 4. He is leadership 5 and he make it. Unfortunately, so that war machine sticks. And here you can see I didn't take a picture of the dwarf turn this turn either, because not a lot of things happen. What is interesting, his warrior didn't charge my pilgrims. They pivot a bit to avoid flank from my men-at-arms. His hammers move forward a bit, and he uses his gyrocopter to stop up 2 of my lances. Shooting phase was underwhelming again. Now we killed a couple of more knights, but that's it. And yeah, so jump over to Bretonnian turn. I did kill his ballista in his turn, so I then charge his organ gun now in my turn. My hippogriff move up to take out his thunderers next turn. I stay back with my pilgrims and men-at-arms again, just to do the same trap again if he do anything. My 2 lances charge his gyrocopter and they will just slaughter them. I put my realm knights in that position so that my errant knights could not overrun anyway after killing that gyrocopter. And I used my solo din to stop his hammers from doing anything hurtful to me. So in the combat, this picture is just showing that my peg knights kill his organ gun and overrun into his next organ gun in dwarf turn 4. And you can also see that in his turn he have in the bottom of this picture he have move up his hammers and gyrocopter, the hammer to take my knights head on and the gyrocopter to avoid 1 of my lances from charging him. Well, here's just a better picture of all our troops at this current movement. As you can see, you can see he have basically pushing up, and we're actually fighting in the middle of the battlefield, which is kind of cool considering it's a game between Bretonnian and dwarfs. So for the dwarf to actually move past the half line on the board, that's really awesome to see in a game. So for Bretonnian turn 4, questing knights will charge the gyrocopter and will pretty much kill it. The hippogriff and peg knights charges the thunder unit and will grind them down after 2 or 3 turns of combat. I don't quite remember. I then uses my bell pilgrims in a conga line to stop up both his 4th unit from doing anything useful, and then I just back down with my 2 knights unit and my men-at-arms. Dwarf turn 5, he slams into my pilgrims, but since they are stubborn he will not kill them all. Well, here's also the turn my peg knights and Lord on Hippogriff killed his thunderers. And here you can see the effect of that combat. He almost overrun into my men-at-arms, but since this was his turn 5, he will only have 1 turn to actually fight them in combat. So that's hard for him. My pilgrim actually uphold his unit. And what I do next is I just take all my lances and run away from him in my turn 5. So if he kills them, he will pivot some of my knights, hopefully not the errant knights because they are frenzy, and cannot choose to flee. Hopefully he faced my realm knights, so I just can bounce off that chapel, but that's my hope. And his warrior will probably charge my men-at-arms, and if they die, they die. He cannot kill 50 men-at-arms. Hopefully he cannot run them down, and I will rally on my turn if the dice are with me. And yeah, this is the last picture I have of the game. His Ironbreaker turned to face my realm lands. I flee over the building. Some of them died, but then I rallied on my turn, so that was all good. All according to plan. He used his runesmith ability to make them move once again and face my realm Iron Knights, and so they were not able to do anything. The warrior made a charge into my men-at-arms. I legs it. He didn't catch me. I rally on my turn. He gets 50 points for taking their banner. Weirdly enough, you get points for taking peasant banner now, but yeah, fine. But the whole unit survived, so that's good. And it ended up being a small victory for the good guys, which is very good performance for my Brits. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this game. My throat is kind of sore, I don't know why, so that's why I have this weird voice. But that is, if you have any question, ask them below and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. If you feel free to like this and start subscribing if you want to see more of this. Have a nice one.